Keeping with their grassroots spirit, tournaments are usually open qualifiers, meaning anyone can take down a pro if they're good enough. It's wholesome, but it hasn't stopped the cream from rising to the top, and many fighters have made lucrative careers from the scene. I'm Emil Cole, and this is GINX Esports TV's list of the top 10 earners in fighting games. Round 1. Fight! The first player in our list is also one of the most controversial, but in a fun, carefree way that most of the community actually adore. Punk's fairly new to the scene, getting spotted in 2016 after 3rd place at the Red Bull Battlegrounds. Since then, he's consistently in and around the medals at most Street Fighter competitions. So why so love-hate? Because Punk takes every chance he comes across to get in his opponent's heads. The guy loves a teabag, and to just generally goad whoever happens to be sat next to him at any given time. The crowd usually loves it, but the other players? Let's just say less so. Still, with just under $220,000 prize money, do you think he's bothered? Key to Punk's popularity is that he has a natural ability to read the room and knows when to mock his opponent and when to respectfully shake their hand. Fear not though if you love drama, because later in this list, we'll meet someone who manages to get that balance completely wrong. Dragon pips Punk to 9th with cash you'd find behind the back of the chaise longue. Just $2,000 separates them. The Injustice 2 main is pretty much Punk's antithesis, describing himself as professional above all else. He's emotionless during battle, focusing on training and drills instead of cheap tricks to get in his opponent's head. With E-League and EVO championships under his belt, it's a system that clearly works. This is a man who trains, on average, 6 to 12 hours every single day. That's more than I watch Netflix. He's clearly got the mind of a champion, and he's only been on the scene for the last couple of years. All I hope is he one day gets into Street Fighter, because watching him duke it out with Punk would be an absolute pleasure. Username, Daigo. Real name, Umehara Daigo. Nationality, Japanese. Career highlight, 2nd at the 2015 Capcom Cup, earning a cool $60,000. Approximate total earnings, $233,000. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but they do get really good at the ones they know. Daigo, at the ripe old age of 37 at the time of writing, has made a very healthy living from fighting games for the best part of a decade. He's been on the circuit for a quarter of a century. Nicknamed The Beast, Daigo would already be set for life if he stopped competing tomorrow, his legacy set in stone, with regular TV appearances and even a biographical manga made for his fans. Daigo is a calculated, methodical player, and admitted that 2015 Street Fighter V took him years to tweak his playstyle around. Eventually, he did manage to figure it out, and he fought his way back to the top. Daigo preaches patience, endeavour, and discipline. Remember the $60,000 he won at the Capcom Cup? He donated it to the EVO Scholarship. Truly, the community is lucky to have him. Username, Menna RD. Real name, Saul Leonardo Menna Segundo. Nationality, Dominican Republic. Career highlight, 1st at the 2017 Capcom Cup for $250,000. Approximate total earnings, $255,000. Eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that Menna RD's total earnings and his career highlight earnings are somewhat similar. He makes this list off one massive performance in the 2017 Capcom Cup. Battling through the losers bracket, Menna beat Japan's #1 and current EVO holder Takeda in 2 straight best of 5s to claim top prize. The plucky underdog came out of nowhere to win one of the biggest prizes in Street Fighter. I bet he's popular. Not as such. A few months earlier at CEO, Menna BM'd the ever-loving heck out of the legendary Daigo, first switching characters to an OP Laura and then teabagging the man who's seen as the godfather of the entire community. Not a smart move. Leave it to Punk to be the hero we need, but not the one that we deserve. Username, Mewtwo King. Real name, Jason Zimmerman. Nationality, American. Career highlight, Smash Summit 6. First place for $7,000. Approximate total earnings, $271,000. Mewtwo King is one of the highest earning Smash Bros players of all time, and we respect that and all. But let's start with his real career highlight. He claims he was posing for the memes. Other pros disagree. Anyway, how does a guy whose biggest ever tournament win paid just $7,000 have over 270k to his name? The answer? Consistency. M2K claims there was a period in his life where he competed in at least one tournament every single weekend, over the course of a few months. He's been making serious cash since 2005, so it's all just kept adding up. Mewtwo King is a nightmare to beat due to his never-ending box of tricks. New strats are always being worked on, forgotten, or remembered, so you can spend hours researching his last match, only for him to clutch out a play when it matters that he hasn't used since planking was in fashion. Armada joined the scene 3 years after Mewtwo King, but more consistent finishers in around just a quarter as many tournaments places him higher on our list. Between Genesis 2 in July 2011 and Apex in January 2013, Armada won every single major. It goes without saying, but why not? I'll say it anyway. That's one of the most dominant Smash runs of all time. For one reason or another, Armada took a year away from competitive gaming after losing his streak. After coming back, 2015, 2016 and 2017 were his purple patch, winning more and more year on year. Armada is without doubt one of the greatest Smash players of all time, but his era, it seems, has come to an end. He quit competitive Smash Melee singles in mid-2018, citing motivational issues. Beating Hungrybox at Smash Summit 6 was perhaps his crowning achievement, and you can tell from his reaction what it meant to him. NuckleDu peaked in 2016 with the Capcom Cup, consolidating that in 2017 with another $40,000 plus year on the Street Fighter circuit. But he opted out of the 2017 Capcom Cup a couple of weeks before it started, despite auto-qualifying to retain his title. We never found out the specifics why. The 2017 Cup ended up going to NuckleDu's friend and underdog Menna, and this inspired a return in 2018. NuckleDu admits he's been lazy and vows to get into a proper training regime in 2019. In his words, traveling to Japan and seeing how they treat the game has revealed just how lazy he's been. Let's hope he sticks to it better than most of us watching this have treated our own New Year's resolutions. Our final Smash Bros competitor, Hungrybox, is proudly known as one of the 5 gods of the game, alongside Armada, Mewtwo King, Mango, and PPMD. Hungrybox is one of those names that even people unfamiliar with fighting games are likely to have heard before. He's an online personality in his own right, with 170,000 Twitter followers, a healthy YouTube following, and regularly over 1,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch. The guy's the near undisputed #1 Smash player in the world, and he has the charisma to match. Although not everyone loves him, due mainly to his defensive playstyle, he's great to watch, as his sheer love for the game is contagious. Watch this and just try not to smile. But like all of us, he has his demons. Hungrybox's feud with his late biological father, who never believed in him, could have broken him, but it just made him stronger. Each victory seems to mean that much more to Hungrybox than to anyone else. Just check out his reaction to DreamHack 2015. With such a story to tell, the community supports him just that little bit more. Up there with Daigo in fighting game folklore, Takeda is a few years younger, at just 33. A man of few words, Takeda said in an interview with some website called GINX.TV that he can beat Daigo in a first of 3 set. But in truth, they've been each other's respected arch nemesis for decades. We mentioned Daigo's nickname in the community, the Beast, but Takeda's is perhaps even cooler, Murderface. I wouldn't just watch Murderface versus the Beast if it was a film. I'd buy the poster, make fan videos, and go out in public cosplaying as both characters at once. It may be cliche, but Murderface is aging like a fine wine. In 2016, he hit his then highest yearly career earnings, with $44,000. 2017, he beat that with $122,000 before obliterating both of them put together in 2018, with a massive $224,000 earned. But Takeda is about so much more than his career earnings. Ask anyone in the community who's the most respected fighter of all time. He and Daigo would sit happily atop most people's lists. If anyone in this list can be described as a prodigy, it's Sonic Fox. Between 2015 and 2016, he went undefeated. He also won 3 EVOs in a row. According to Dragon, who attentive viewers will remember is our 9th highest earner, Sonic Fox can process and learn fighters faster than anyone else. Everybody else is constantly playing catch-up. At just 20, Sonic Fox could have another 2 decades at the top. Even if his skill were to fade away tomorrow, he's forging a decent career for himself as a personality. A proud gay furry, Sonic Fox won the Esports Player of the Year award for 2018. He's a guy it's impossible not to love, and his popularity in the esports scene in general is only overshadowed by his fighting game skill. He's a force for good, in every sense of the word. I've been Emil Cole, and this has been our 10 highest fighting game earners. Like what you see? Check if there's a tournament near you and get on down. You won't find many groups in esports that are more welcoming. Apart from that, see you next episode.